Welcome to Flashback Tracks. Travel back in time each Friday to an era of big hair, leg warmers, and Walkmans.
Far out.
Veg out with some clips from Downtime Broadcasting's promotional audio cassette magazine from the 80s and 90s, right here on the World Wide Web.
The following article is reprised with permission of Target Marketing Magazine, copyright October 1987, and is entitled Sacrifice to Win by Morty Schiller.
It's the ninth inning, the score is tied, there's a runner on first, no outs, and it's your turn at bat. What do? Do you lay down a bunt to advance the runner, sacrificing your time at bat, or do you go for a hit? You sacrifice. At least that's what you do if you're playing to win and not just boost your ego. Well, there's also a sacrifice play in advertising. You should never try to get everything into one promotion. Now, that doesn't mean you should leave out every benefit or selling point but one, and it certainly doesn't mean to stick to short copy. It only means that you should build your whole promotion around one central idea. Everything else should just reinforce or embellish that idea, not compete with it for attention. A good example of this is the positioning of the Wall Street Journal. All its direct mail ads stress one benefit. The Journal is the key to success. They could have emphasized the fact that the paper is authoritative from the front page to the company profiles and stock reports. They could have promoted the fascinating human interest articles and its many other attributes. But no, the Journal elected to use the story of how one young man became a success while his classmate, who presumably read some other newspaper, didn't. It's the diary of the American dream, and the Journal's message to the advertising trade couldn't be clearer. It works.
A competing business publication, on the other hand, once tried to get subscribers and advertisers with the same mailing. It was an expensive lesson. You can only hit two birds with one stone if they happen to be sitting on the same branch. It's been said we live in an over-communicated society. Potential customers are overwhelmed by 6 or 7 hours of television a day, newspapers, magazines, and a mailbox full of mailers. What chance does your message have to get through the clutter and the wasteland? In writing, one of the rules for clarity is one sentence, one thought. It's a great way to avoid clutter. I would use the same rule for any direct response effort, an ad, a direct mail package, or even a catalog. One promotion, one thought. That doesn't mean a catalog with one product or a direct mail letter with one sentence. It means finding your one theme and carrying it throughout. That's all most people can follow. And one thing is all they'll remember. But make sure that one thing is what you want them to remember. Even Beethoven's monumental Ninth Symphony is remembered for its finale, the chorus and theme of the Ode to Joy, not the details of its orchestration. And I mean more than how you say your message. You have to distill and crystallize what your message will be.
You can't be all things to all people. This may be one reason for the death of the big catalog. It's not only because of specialty catalogs catering to targeted markets. The big catalog was made for the average person. And you don't need a course in human engineering to know there's no such thing as an average person. Just try sitting in a molded chair. So focus on your position. Who is my market? And who do I want them to think I am? Then think of a telegram, a real one from the old days with Morse code. You have to get your message across in just a few words. This is the product that... fill in the blank. And then build the rest of your promotion around that. This is similar to the newswriter's technique of writing from the lead. Get your central theme clear, then you can build on it, prove it, and romance it. It's all a question of focusing clearly on what you're really selling. Is it a book club selling books, or is it selling information? Professional advancement, self-improvement, adventure, escape, or is it selling a beautiful home library? Now, my karate teacher in college kept on telling me, you have to get the focus. I never knew what he was talking about. I kept thinking he meant where to aim my punch. It was only after I learned about Eastern philosophy that I understood he meant a meditative focus of attention. Or, to come back to our original metaphor, you've got to keep your eye on the ball and keep your mind on winning the game, even if you do have to sacrifice something.
Travel back in time with us next Friday as we share more clips from the 80s and 90s on another rad episode of Flashback Tracks, exclusively on Promo Corner. Time to bounce.